I'm Cinnamon Cooney, your art Sherpa, and today I would like to share with you this really fun, beautiful painting, The Wedding Day. Just 2 colors and a few brush strokes, and this beautiful goddess can be yours. So get your paint, get your Q-tips, get your brush, come back and meet me at the easel right now. I'm going to show you how you can celebrate the biggest moment of your life with art. So let's take a look at the materials we're going to use in this really fun and simple painting. I have an 11 by 14 canvas board that I have gessoed with black gesso. You could use black paint, and you can also buy these canvases already black gessoed. Any of that is fine. I have 2 colors for this painting. I have titanium white and I have magenta. I have some Q-tips bunched together for the flowers, and I have brushes to paint in my girl. Now I'm going to show you how to draw her in, but listen, I don't think drawing is necessary or essential and the only way to become an artist. I think it's a great skill and I highly encourage you to use it, but don't let that be the barrier for you to start your creative journey. So if you check the description, you'll see a link to the traceable, and of course it's acceptable to use a traceable. But just in case you're ready to start that art journey, let me show you how you can draw her in. So I'm going to come to the center of the canvas and I'm going to come down 3 fingers, and then I'm going to come down another 3 fingers. And I'm going to make a nice square jaw. I come down with a straight line. I come over at an angle to the mark that I made. I come back up to line these 2 up and back up here to the ear. I'm going to put 2 little ears off her head. I'm going to make a nice long neck. Okay, at the top of her head, I'm going to give her a fun swirl for her hair. And then, of course, she's got full hair. She's had an updo today, and a nice side sassy bun. Just this small square light mark off the side, and I'm going to arc this over for the folds of the fabric. I come in, I bring this down, I come in, bring this down. You see how I'm layering these to create the implied folds? Let's curve this line here a little bit like her veil is flowing. And then another little curve line out. And then do lyrical swirling lines back up to our girl. I'm going to bring her trapezoids off of her neck and give her small little shoulders right here. Once I have those, I'm going to come down about a 1/4 inch and curve in a nice waistline. I'm going to come across the other side and counterpose that waistline. Look at that right there. Sweetheart neck. Now, where her waist is important because that tells me where her elbows go. So I'm going to bring her elbows so that they match up with her waistline. I don't need to draw her hands because they're going to be hiding behind her flowers. And again, if this is stressful, just remember you can learn these skills in your own time and just use the traceable today. Still get great painting. It's a wonderful thing to do. Now to guide my dress, I'm going to just make sure that the skirt is the fullness that I want. So I'm giving myself a guideline. And I have enough information there on my canvas to paint in this whole painting. This is going to be so fun and easy. It's going to really surprise you. I'm going to get a small bright. This is a number 2 Silver Cambridge Bright. This is my brush partner, and I'm going to not dip this in water. I want these bristles to be dry. I'm going to load them up. Right? Load them up. And I'm going to come to the side of her face and make a line just on this little line that I've already made, where I've already put the line, right? Just dry brushing. See how soft this is? Then, very lightly, I'm going to curve in a soft dusting of white. I'm going to load up my brush again. It's very little paint on this little brush. And I'm going to come to the outside of her neck, and again, follow the line that I drew, but I'm going to dust a little white stroke in. See how that's implying like a light? Over her little shoulder, down her arm, And again, I'm going to want to put the line on the inside. Now, on a dry brush, here's a little trick. Every once in a while, even though you're not wetting the brush, to improve the flow of the paint, you will need to rinse off and re-dry because the paint can start to dry on the brush and give you some trouble. Alright, see, I've done that same stroke right along this arm, pulling that in. This is a dry brush stroke. Now I'm going to rinse out and do what I just talked about. And that's going to help me not have problems as I'm painting with the flow of my paint. But you'll notice I toweled it right off because I don't want water in my brush. Now I'm going to come along here. Inside her bodice, I'm going to paint this more solid. But knowing where that line is can help me quite a lot. Soft line along her arm. And just following very lightly my white chalk pencil mark. I could have used sharpened kids chalk too. So, you know, tools are great, but don't get stressed out about the tools. Lots of ways to do something. I'm going to very carefully outline her little ears. Right. Come along the outside of her hair. Just, it's a very soft, create a little line there. Oh, I love the swirl. This is going to be fun. I'm going to come the inside of the swirl of her hair, this fancy, fancy hairstyle. And then on this outer side, I'm going to dry brush this just a little thicker, right to that little square that I drew there. Then let's come across this with a stronger, more firm line. See, the paint's a little thicker. And just pull that down. That's her veil. Now I'm going to want to do the same swirl on this part of the bun. Alright. See, and I'm just dry brushing the hair there. And you can see it just comes into being. This could not be more fun and easier. Where I have a chalk line, I'm very lightly dry brushing. I'm going to come down. Just dry brushing where I have put my chalk lines at first. Just an airy line. You'll notice I'm not pressing hard on my brush like this. I'm pressing really light, see? You can see that on my hand where it's like just barely coating the pattern in my hand instead of just pressing down. I'm just lightly coating the pattern. That's the pressure that you're looking to do. That's the secret of this painting. Alright, very softly along the veil. How delicate would you be with your bridal veil? That's how delicately you want to paint these lines in. Now I'm around the veil. I'm going to reload and I'm going to just make sure that I brush out right along here, leaving the black, some density to the fabric. See, creating that feeling of a veil. Maybe along here, emphasizing the fold just a little bit. Notice that this is just a dusting of color. Again, it's that light pressure I showed you on my hand. Okay? And then just look at this. I'm going to go up and down. This is called like a lyrical stroke, and it's very artful, and it's a lot of fun. Here on the bodice, I'm going to put the paint on much thicker. Notice how much thicker this is? Right, so I'm going to come here and just put this on much thicker. You can paint this till none of the canvas underneath shows, or you can continue what you were doing around the dress and letting a little bit of it show through, and that is about your artistic preference. What gives your mind a restful space would be the important part. Right? I'm just going to go until I feel really good about what I'm looking at and I'm loving the line. And then here's the fun point. I'm going to load up my brush. You're noticing everywhere, loading it on. And then I'm going to come here and just make loose. This is super fun and artful. This is the time to get your artistic spirit flowing all around. So I'm going to keep going That one got the better of me there. Keep going, just being artistic and curve and coming back and just loose, and I want to be as expressive as I can be because I'm talking about light, airy fabric, right? And if it helps you, if the edge of your painting is giving you trouble, my tip is to turn it on its side so that your brush stroke is as artful as it can be, because that's what you're looking for. Just putting this paint down and being artful with it and telling the story of this perfect day, perfect dress, many wonderful memories to come, right? So now we're almost done. Just getting this till we feel like, oh, I just love her dress, and I feel like she's just looking so beautiful, and she's expressive and artful, and then you get to finish her off, and the finishing her off is the most fun. So I'm going to rinse this brush out, and I'm going to get my teeny tiny little detail brush, and I'm going to pull out, this is my magenta, and I'm going to get a little of my white, and I'm going to make a very bright pink. It makes me super happy. Roll up my brush, and I'm going to get this just on the tip of the brush here. I'm going to come to her mouth, and right here in the bottom, see where the bend of her jaw is? That's where I'm going to put her mouth. Curving an upper lip. Curving the rosebud kiss of the lower lip. That's it. That's all. Literally, that's all. And now, this I love because look, I'm going to show you pink, but I don't know your wedding colors. And your wedding colors may be different. So feel like this is a place you can change these flowers up to match your day. So I'm going to get the pink, and I'm going to dab my Q-tips in there, and I'm going to dab my Q-tips in the white. See how they're nice and marbled? And she's had a beautiful custom bouquet made. I'm squishing the Q-tips together to make the flowers. You can make some of them darker. This is your bouquet. I'm going to have them cascade down a little. Sometimes I like to get on just the edge of a couple of them to make a little tendril, right? Adding a little white, just however you like it. And when she's done, which she is, get that detail brush you did her lips in. I'm going to get it wet. Swirl around and grab a little white and pink paint. And I think I'll come right here and just add my maker's mark. That's it. Congratulations on your very big day. And I just want to wish you a beautiful life, every minute of it. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I want to see you at the easel really soon. Bye-bye.